Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Hammer. Today is Tuesday, July 8th, 2025. I, of course, am here to talk with you, as I do each morning, about what's going on with the markets, rate, and pricing. Today, we are going to be talking about why rates shifted direction and how long it's likely to last, why the big bloated bill isn't to blame, and no, you will never get me to call it the big, beautiful bill. Not doing it. And could technicals save us yet? What's funny is, by the way, quick aside, the same folks who thought I was pro Trump and accused me of all that stuff won't hear any of the negativity that I talk about because I'm an objective person. I'm a realist, not a party sheeple. So, as many of you saw in my post this morning on Facebook, I'm just in a bad mood today. So, anyway, today we're going to be talking about all those wonderful things. Remember, you can join me live each and every weekday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Even though I am in a bit of a bad mood, y'all cheer me up. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate y'all being here, and hopefully you'll find some value today. Remember, you can join me live each and every weekday morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time on Facebook and on YouTube. If you do miss me live, go ahead and hop on the replay. That is available to you anytime you want. It's social media. Hop on and take a look at that. And if you do, just give me hashtag replay in the comments. Let me know that you were here. Don't forget, if you're on Facebook, smash that like button, maybe tag an LO friend or share the post in a group. If you are on YouTube, give the thumbs up a click and go ahead and subscribe. So remember, your comments drive engagement. Appreciate you doing it. Always like to hear from you as well. So tell me good morning. If you would like a reminder that I'm going live each morning, I send out a quick text message as I go live, hmmr.io/reminder. You can opt out anytime. We don't sell your information or use it in any way. Or you can use this cool QR code over there. So yeah, this show actually costs me money because sending out those text messages costs money every day. Anyway, I appreciate y'all being here. Let's say hi to the live folks we got here this morning. All of my friends, Mallory Fotiadas, good morning. Deb Dick, is a great to see you. Ron Siegel. Ron Siegel says today is National Chocolate with Almonds Day. Come on, sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Almond Joy's got nuts, Mounds don't. So there's a question of the day. Almond Joy or Mounds? Almond Joy or Mounds? Nuts or no nuts? That's what you got. There's the question of the day. Let me know in the comments. Are you an almond? I'm an Almond Joy's person. Mounds is good, but I like the almond. Almond Joy. Give me an Almond Joy any day. But good morning. Good to see you. Alison Foy, Candido Diaz, Angela Walters, Megan Bissell, Mike Tebow, Brandy Brickler, Chris Dickerson, Monica Dinkins. Great to see all of you. And Chris, thanks for tagging an originator. So, all right, my friends, let's go ahead and let's get started. Let's jump into it. So, as I'm doing that, y'all put your question of the day. Yeah, Siegel, I'll take some facts, man. You know, it really chapped my ass yesterday as I was ordering cigars to pay a sin tax. It's like state cigar tax. You know, I'm so tired of getting taxed. And I was talking to my accountant about the June quarterly tax payment, and I'm just tired of it. Anyway, quick recap of the day. Let's get into the good stuff here. So, what happened yesterday? Mortgage-backed securities lost ground. Let me zoom in on this, and we'll go over this together. Let me refresh the page. But mortgage-backed securities lost ground yesterday. What you can see right here. Hey, where is my? What happened to Presentify? There we go. Okay. So taking a look right here, I mean, we came out with pricing around 10 a.m. It got a little bit worse, and then it kind of leveled off. So from when most lenders were coming out with pricing, we were down about 10 basis points right here. So minus 10 bips. On the day. It wasn't really enough for most lenders to reprice worse. As you can see, it was just, this is really not much movement at all, very flat. However, this morning, more losses, just the normal drifting. Starting to level off, though. which is a good thing. So some of the reaction yesterday was to the tariff drama. Some of it was just shifting. Rate sheets today will be worse. We're already down. Now it's 16 basis points. It was 18 when I wrote it. So we're down about 16 basis points plus the extra 10 from yesterday. So when you take a look at mortgage, pricing, your rate sheets, yesterday he's got 6.79 Matt Graham. Remember, we were up from 6.67. That was our low point here. 6.72 was the lowest that 6.67 is lower, dumbass. So 6.67 was our lowest point that we saw here. And we are working back in this direction, 6.72, 6.79 this morning. We're probably at 6.82. And I think we will continue to work back up. I think that this is in the cards, which does put me in a position where I suggest that you go ahead and lock anything that's closing in the next couple of weeks. Not necessarily jumping on locking things that are 30 days out. If they're risk averse, we can. I mean, we've definitely fallen off the best pricing here. So you'll have some people that will be frustrated that they're missing the boat from here. But I think it's going to be very much like what we are seeing right here. I think we're going to see this continue to move higher. And I think we're going to go back to where we were. What that looks like on mortgage-backed securities, if we go ahead and shrink this down a little bit so we can see it a little bit clearer. You take a look at mortgage-backed securities, and we're going to see that similar situation. So I'll put that in there for the outlook. But we do have some technical support right here that you could see that could hold up, and that's what we're kind of hoping that we get. We're looking, today I'm going to say the reprice risk on the day is low. We are looking for this technical support to hold up, see if we can get a little bit of a bounce. However, if we do break through this, arguably we have support right here at this red line. That is the 50-day moving average. But if we break through this 25 and more importantly, 100-day moving average, the convergence of those, I don't think that the 50-day is going to give us much support. Arguably that would be our next level of support, which would be down around 99.13 after dropping around 99.30. So we're looking for that. The 200-day moving average not giving us any support at all today. In fact, let's go ahead. Let's zoom into this. Let's make this 1 month so you can really see those candlesticks. So we did break right through this 200-day moving average this morning. The candlestick, the red body shows that we started here and we're currently here. So those are the losses for the day. So this has not given us support. Now, arguably, we could be looking to maybe get to 99.35. We could be like right here, just below that. And technically, it could give us some support, maybe if we get a little bit of a bounce. But even if we do break through, you're going to move a little bit lower. It's only about 5 basis points to get to that not every refresh. There it is, to get to that 100-day moving average one. So we do have some hope for that this will kind of end today. The outlook, though, is not great. I think we are going to continue to see rates creep up. Again, coming back off of these lows right here, you can almost see, look at this, 6.72 to 6.73. And then 6.79, 6.79. We've just kind of worked our way up, and I think we'll continue to work our way up. I think we're going to see that 6.82, 6.84. I think we're going to see that same behavior. Instead of creeping lower, it's going to creep higher. It's basically a reversal of what we saw here. Let me move this to 3 months. It's a little bit of a cleaner candlestick. There you go. So it's basically the reversal of everything that we saw here in June as things went up, and up, which is good for mortgage rates. We're now seeing them fall back to earth, down, down, and down. And I think there's a good chance that we're going to drop all the way back down to this same level here. Kind of, if you drew a line right about here. So I think we are going to continue to lose ground. I don't think these are going to give us enough technical support for that. So taking a look in the outlook for Fed rate cuts, a July cut at the end of the month, still totally off the board as far as what markets are looking at. If we take a look at September, that is also losing ground. You could see here, a week ago, it was a 75% expectation we'd have a cut. It was only, what is this? This was 8%. It was 8% that, that we would whatnot. So it's about the same here as yesterday. I would think that this would actually have been a little bit higher, but this went up yesterday. We started about here and it went up a little bit. So, but the expectation of a rate cut still on the table for September, but that's going to depend. I mean, next week we got CPI inflation data. That's if it shows signs of the tariff stuff, that's going to create some drama. Looking at the headlines, it's basically more of the tariff stuff. They're not creating huge. It's not having a huge effect on things right now. It's a minimal effect. Markets are used to the uncertainty, so it is having an effect. They don't like that. As far as the big bloated bill, again, I mentioned it yesterday. I'll say it again today. That's already been priced in. Markets knew when the House passed it back in, I think it was May. Definitely by June they did that. They knew it was going to go through. It was just a matter of if, not when. Also, I'd like to call out Idaho Mormon Senator Capro as the douche who put in the anti-gambling crapo. There he is, Senator Crapo here. Keep your religious views to yourself when you're serving public office, especially for a federal bill. So he's the one that put in the 90%. Basically you can only write off 90% of your losses against your winnings. Not the way it is in stocks or in anything else, but it's to discourage gambling because he's a Mormon. That is the reality of things, and it's got nothing to do with anything else, which pisses me off because we're not supposed to deal with religion when we deal with politics. But of course I know that's a lie. So but they're putting in something they're trying to do the Fair Bet Act to basically counteract this ridiculous little piece that was driven in there from this douche. So I'm calling out douche alert. If you're in Idaho and you voted for him, I'll still be your friend because we can have different beliefs, but I wouldn't be voting for him if I were in Idaho. Good morning, Jessica Wells, Jerry Avila. Good to see you. Hammer, if you're in America, if you think you were taxed, look at Venezuela. Yeah. I know you guys are even worse. Look at the gas price. It's just more of the same. It is. It's crazy. So what did you? All right, let's take a look here. What did y'all put in there, and then we're gonna wrap it up this morning. Look at Joni Ernst. She got an amendment to stop paying unemployment to those earning over $1 million per year. Or Oregon Senator voted against this amendment. Stop paying unemployment to those earning $1 million a year. I don't know. That's crazy. So you know what? People that paid $1 million a year, they paid into unemployment though. So why shouldn't they get it? That's my argument. I was on unemployment in 2008 when the industry tanked and I got laid off from a mortgage company that went under. So, and, it wasn't a lot of money, but I was like, hey, I've been paying into it my whole life. Why not? Jerry Miller's an Almond Joy guy. Jerry, I missed you while you were in Asheville, my friend. I would have been more heartbroken, but I was up north in New Jersey, so I couldn't even have seen you when you were in Asheville. But do let me know if you come back this way. Would love to connect with you. Jessica, neither of those candy bars. I'll take a Snickers. No, that's not one of the options. Today is National Chocolate with Almond Day, Jessica. That is what Ron Siegel told us. Today is National Chocolate with Almonds Day. So you've got to tell us, do you want Mounds or Almond Joy? And if you don't want either, well, I don't know. I don't know if we can be friends. No, I'm just kidding you. Of course we can be friends. Julie Lawrence, Almond Joy are my fave. There's a drink that tastes like an Almond Joy, an alcohol drink. I forgot what it is though. That's there. What else do we got? Who else put up some? Ron Siegel's an Almond Joy. Allison Foy's an Almond Joy fan. Siegel's an Almond Joy fan. Mounds is definitely underrepresented. Yeah, we need a tea party. Believe me, I my views shouldn't be posted on social media like this. So I won't. The things I have to say, I won't say. Yeah, go Jessica. Exactly. Call him out for what he is. They have Snickers with almonds. All right. Well, then you know what, Chris, you saved the day. I don't need a lot of those. So there you go. Jessica Wells doesn't like almonds though. So there you go. She's going no almonds. 70 pounds down as of today. Good job, Siegel. Your heart thanks you, man. So, all right, my friends, I'm going to wrap it up. It was wonderful chatting with you today. Basically, just to reiterate my lock advice, lock anything closing near term. We're not necessarily worried about that's not what my lock advice is. Here it is. We're not really worried about anything that's longer because we'll see a bounce. It's not that we won't see these rates again. We'll see things turn. It's just a temporary. It's the ebbs and flows of how things go. So we will see things reverse again. But anything is closing near term, we're likely to see it get worse. And then the biggest threat is, what if we do see inflation jump next week? If we do see inflation numbers that come in higher next week, that's going to push rates up, because that'll put a question on the September rate cut. Remember, we still have August data to come in before that September meeting, so it's not a total, right off of the September cut, but it'll change the momentum. Oh, you're funny, Siegel. All right, well, y'all have a fantastic day. I will see you tomorrow, and have a great one. Thanks, my friends. Bye-bye.